Hi there, Mike Hall here, CEO of Paul Fraser Collectibles. In my last video, I shared with you what I saw as the key drivers and dynamics in the market that will result in prices rising in 2024. Now today I'd like to share 4 very exciting items with you which I see as my top tips as the items in the rare collectibles market that I think will rise in value in 2024. And that's based on my own on-the-ground personal experience trading day in, day out in the market and viewing auction realizations from all over the world. Now, the first category that my recommendation comes from is luxury watches, which I would call your classic momentum investment. Now, the Knight Frank Index, which tracks a basket of rare collectibles in different categories, records, it shows growth in luxury watches of 147% in the past 10 years. So quite an attractive growth rate. And this really, the catalyst for that was lockdown during the period of the pandemic, where both Rolex and Patek Philippe factories were forced to close. And during that period, you couldn't buy any new models. This resulted in an explosive growth in the pre-owned market, with a large number of very credible websites popping up selling pre-owned Rolexes and Patek Philippe watches. Now today, still Rolex and Patek Philippe cannot keep up with demand. Now even for a basic model, you're looking at a 6-month waiting list. For the more exclusive models, you're looking at a decade, or even in some cases, they'll tell you you're just not good enough to get on the list. That's how exclusive it has become. And because of that, the pre-owned market really has a big place, and particularly because in the pre-owned market, you can actually buy watches that have never been worn. So it's just the same as buying it directly from the manufacturer. And the specific one that I would recommend that we have available right now is this Rolex Hulk Submariner watch, which you see is startling in its green. It's arguably one of the most popular submariners in existence. This one in particular is interesting because it's one of the last made in March 2000, and they're very, very rare to find in unworn condition like this. This particular model is up 48% in the past 3 years alone. I see this as a market that just it's just going to continue going. I can't see any reason why it would cool off this year, and I'd expect to see prices continue to rise. So, moving on, my second category is in rare coins. Right, I would call rare coins a low-risk investment. Now, the reason for that is been in a lengthy bull market for at least the past 20 years. They've been rising in value consistently every year. There's never been a single year where they went down in value, so there's never a guarantee in life. But as far as the reliability as an investment, it has been incredibly effective. It has always been a really popular area with investors, coins, particularly gold coins, due to the intrinsic value of the precious metal. And if you happen to be an investor in gold bullion, for example, it's not a difficult transition to make. Now, the Knight Frank Index for coins shows growth of 127% over the past 10 years, which is fairly comfortable. The specific example I would like to show is an Elizabeth I rare gold coin, which was struck in 1602. And this was actually from the last issue of Queen Elizabeth I's reign. And she reigned from 1558 to 1603. Now, what we've seen in the market for rare coins in recent years is records being broken for the highest realization are becoming a bit of a norm when the condition is exceptional. This is an exceptional quality example. It is what you would call extremely fine in coin terms. And in particular, it's been really well struck, so it's got a great definition, which is very, very attractive to a collector. Now, this is worth £12,500, but premium quality examples like this can go up in value at auction by a multiple to that sometimes when they do appear. My third category is in autographs and memorabilia. Now, this is an area of the market where we're witnessing breakout prices at the moment, where prices are changing. So an example we had just towards the end of last year, we had a Beatles photograph, which is a very iconic photograph, well known, signed by all band members, which we were promoting at a price of £25,000. Now, a similar example sold at auction for £140,000, which just shows you how the market can change quite dramatically in a short space of time. Now, most of the major auction houses this year, like Sotheby's, Christie's, etc., have reported that one of the key shifts they've seen in the last year is a younger demographic of buyers and a much larger number of younger people entering the market and buying key items. And I think the item I have to feature here is in that vein. So what we have here is an Oasis signed set list. Now, it's signed by all 5 band members, and the set list comes from an appearance they made in 2002 on Top of the Pops 2. Interestingly, the actual performance itself differed from the set list, which suggests that the BBC producers had some sort of change and wanted them to switch it around for some reason. Getting all 5 band members with such clear signatures is great, and this is reasonably priced at just £2,500. Now, I see this is an area of the market where the younger demographic coming in are going to push prices up over the longer term, so I would see things like this will be worth considerably more in the future. My final recommendation is slightly different from all the other 3, in that what I'd call this is a value investment. It's a classic Warren Buffett style investment. And when I say that, what I mean is undervalued against fair value, in my opinion. Now, this is in rare stamps. Now, the rare stamp market over the past 10 years has performed fairly well, with one exception, and that is rare GB stamps. They've actually fallen in value for a number of reasons which were quite exceptional to the market, but certainly cannot persist forever. The GB stamp market hasn't performed well. And in particular, the biggest area that has fallen is in modern British stamp errors, which the prices have they've actually crashed. So I think they are incredible value right now, where you can buy them just now at prices that they were 10 to 20 years ago, which is just unbelievable. And when you be in the market as long as me, you take those opportunities. And it's worth noting that the biggest collector dealer in modern British stamp errors is at this point in time the biggest buyer, and I think he knows more than anyone else when it's a good time to buy and when the price is right. So I would follow his lead. So I have a specific recommendation which has just come in that vein. Now, this is a 3p county cricket stamp error. Now, the error comes from the fact that the colour gold was missed from the printing process, resulting in the startling mistake that the Queen's head is actually missing. It comes on the original Stanley Gibbons stock card. The client who purchased it, which is now being consigned to us, bought it from them. It also comes with a royal certificate of authenticity, giving you absolute guarantee of its authenticity. Now, there's only actually 29 examples of this in the world. Our client paid £6,750 for it. Today, because the price has come down, it's now available for £3,750, which is almost a 50% discount to what I think is its fair value. You've got to look at, there's 29 examples of this. The inverted Jenny from the US, there's 100 examples. One of them just sold at auction recently for $2 million. I'm not saying they're comparable because that's so iconic and this isn't as iconic, but it really is great value, in my opinion, and it's an area of the market that we would happily buy into at this time. So these are my recommendations for 2024. Now, with the exception of the Rolex watch, which is actually on our website, the other items have only just come in and they're not available for sale, so you'd have to contact us directly at the contact details which will follow this video. So that just leaves me to thank you all for watching and look forward to speaking to you again. Goodbye.